Welcome everybody. This is the third lesson of the ABM class for mothers. And before starting, as usual, having a look to content to the homeworks, let me show, we were discussing with Dan about that. Let me show that NetLogo has a not so used feature about system dynamics. NetLogo is an agent-based model, shell, sure. But the authors, a lot of years ago, added a second view. Ciao. Added a second view, and you can discover it if you go to File, Models Library. In the library of the models, there is, I don't see it. Social science, psychology. Oh, sorry. As an example, this is a hybrid version of the wolf-sheep predation model, the classical model prey-predator. And this is prepared in two ways. This is the system dynamics way. You see?
Sorry, where did you find that? Under file and then just lock one word.
System dynamics.
Oh.
But it's not important, Marco. Have a look here. We don't run it. It's only a news. Okay. Here you have a second version, completely different, because behind this scheme we have differential equations, and the links are parameters controlling the derivatives of the differential equations. This is not agent-based, and it's not so used, but it exists. And what is important is that is without cost. We were discussing about a wonderful library named what the name? Sorry, AnyLogic. Thanks. Named AnyLogic, very powerful, doing both agent-based and system dynamics, but it is costly. It is not open source. Here we have a free code, open source, doing very interesting, nice things. I don't use this part of the code, but it exists. And no one knows because it's not explained in the handbook. It is only present with examples. Anyway, only news, Marco. Okay, now we move to the regular sequence of our work. And the first step is again declaring my satisfaction for your homeworks. The prize today is for Dan because he made a perfect work. The assignment was a bit annoying, but he interpreted it as a very nice presentation of the simulation problems. Applause. But also we have the Eleonora, a special student, because she can also teach agent-based simulation. Anyway, she made the homework in a very perfect way, and anyone has contributed, someone with errors, okay. And Sandro is recovering because Sandro made the first homework now completely, and it is at 50% of the second one. Wonderful, bravo Sandro. Now we continue our work. Also for the weekend, but you will have an homework, but not heavy, as usual, as you know. The content. Yesterday I promised to introduce today also interesting addenda to our sequence of instructions. And I start with Another not so known information. How we save the outputs of Jupyter? Because we can save simply its file. Its file has extension IPYNB, where NB is a notebook. But we can also save our work in LaTeX format and in Markdown format. You are supposed to know LaTeX, every one of you. Markdown, yeah, is the normal way for the scientists to write papers. But Markdown is newer, is not so known, but you have it when you write infos in NetLogo. Infos in NetLogo are written in Markdown. Markdown is a subset of LaTeX, and what is magic is that Markdown is very easy to be used, but you can add in Markdown both LaTeX typing and HTML typing. So you can mix anything in a very easy way. Let me show, first of all, how we use the infos of NetLogo. When we finish a work, we are supposed to write some note about our work. Sorry, I forgot to check if the microphone is working. Yes, fortunately it is working. Here we have this sheet info, okay? And we are supposed to fill it with infos. What is it? How it works, how to use it, and so on. To write here, we click on Edit. You see, it is very small, the button. I can increase. No. Only the content is increasing. Anyway, Edit. Trust me, there we have Edit. Edit. Now it is a simple text file. But here, sharp, what is it, will be translated in this field, a blue field with capital bold letters. The graphical is only due to sharps. If I have a unique sharp, it will be smaller. No, it will be black. A lot of convention that we have to know. But here we have also an help somewhere. Here. Where is the help? It exists. Here, probably it is here. No, this is a find. There is an help. Okay. Help. Thanks. The help has all the conventions that we can use. But let me now try with 3 sharps. The effect will change. Gray, and so on. I want to have a bullet list. Simply dot A return dot B return. Here we have. No, I need more spaces probably. Anyway, this is not important. These are details. But anyway, nope, you don't remember. Okay, never do something that you have not tried before. I assure you that it works. If I add here a LaTeX formula, it will work. As an example, let's try again. I hope to succeed. Dollar A plus B dollar. This is a LaTeX notation. No, it does not work. stop. Anyway, in true markdown, it works. Rewind the tape. Why I have introduced this view of NetLogo? To tell you that here you are writing in markdown. If we have an IPython notebook with the results, we can easily obtain the output in LaTeX or in Markdown. Let's see. I go to the IPython used yesterday, this one. Starting point example IPython notebook. So I change directory and I go there. I start in Chrome IPython, Jupyter. Here we have it. And now we have the magic effect. I ask to all the cell to run. Okay. Now, yesterday I was adding a few details, so now I delete. Okay. This is our sheet. Okay. It is so nice that I want to save it in two possible ways. Very easy. File, download as, Markdown, down. Second, file, download as, LaTeX, down. Now, on my screen, I have, it's difficult to find them because in this situation the screen with the change of size is very tiny. Anyway, I have two zipped files. This one contains the two pictures we have created. So I can include them in a file of the paper. And the Markdown output. This is a Markdown program for Mac. And you see that is exactly the same as our notebook. An easy way to save our results. But if you are fluent LaTeX writer, you will appreciate the second possibility. This one. Again, I have, let me enlarge. I have the file of the graphics, you see, and a text input file. I compile it. I use my choice is to use TechShop, but a lot of editor for tech exist, and in this case, you see, I have generated the tech output with the pictures, and most of all, I have the tech source. So if I want to copy and paste into my paper, I have the source. It is very, very easy to be used. For our book, Marco, I am saving a lot of things in this way to have the capability of one, first, saving it for the future. Because what if someone is asking me, how do you obtain the picture 43? I have perfectly the source of the code generating this picture. The code of Python. But also I have the possibility of cut and paste from the source generated by IPython and input in LaTeX of our book. Is a very nice way to improve our capability of avoiding to do unuseful operation. Because if you can avoid to repeat your work, if it is already prepared, enjoy the possibility. Okay? Sure, we have to forget to write our paper with other tools, like the different possibility of Office. The entry point of LaTeX is costly, about 2-3 days. Then you start and you have no more problems. I use a lot these features. Second infos for today, second set of infos for today. Let me exit in a nice way. Save, file, close and alt, quit. We are here, day 3. NetLogo and Python together. Why I am so insisting to instruct you? I am not trying to change your line of works, but I am suggesting tools to instruct you to use both NetLogo and another tool. Maybe in Python, I hope. I do that because it is very important to have the capability of putting together different tools. An example, very nice, is that of using NetLogo from Python. Why? Because in Python I have matplotlib, I have NumPy, I have pandas, I have SciPy. So I have a lot of libraries doing math, statistics, machine learning, and so on. NetLogo has matrices within it, but it is crazy how we are supposed to use matrices there. NetLogo is constructed for a completely another goal, having agent operating. But if I can extract from NetLogo the data and elaborate them in Python, anything is easy. Quite recently, 2 scholars published in Jazz a wonderful paper about that. This one. What Jazz is not the Jazz. So, Jazz is a very important online free open journal. Free open. Let me advocate the policy of Jazz. I am one of the promoters a lot of years ago, 15 years ago. In Jazz, you don't pay for reading and for publishing, because a lot of free journals ask you to pay for publish. The policy of Jazz is you Pasquale sends the paper, we evaluate it, we have the usual process, we ask changes, submit, and so on. Quickly, not years, months, because journals sometimes employ years to reply. We, in 3 months, normally conclude the cycle, because the director kills the reviewers if they don't work, beat the reviewers if they don't work, okay? Then I send to Pasquale a mail, your paper, enjoy, it is accepted. If you have research funds dedicated to publish, please give us a contribute. If you don't have, it's not important. We publish anyway. So having contributes is very important because Jazz has to run a server, has to pay one employee to do the office work and so on. And we have no financement. And each year we have 1, 2, 3 authors giving a contribution. And the journal survives in a completely free way. Python linking NetLogo with Python PyNetLogo. Very nice. It is not so easy. Maybe in the future it will be. Currently it's not so easy to install the system. If you want to do that, please write me. I will send you a set of information. I have created the construction in Linux. Why? Because Linux is completely controlled by the user. Windows is absolutely outside our control. Mac is partially outside our control. In Linux, we do exactly what we want. Now, you will see an interesting way of using Linux in another machine. Here I have a tool, a free tool. This is not open, it's only free. VirtualBox is created by Oracle, the large company, and we can use it without paying. There's no price. Anyone can use it. It's a form of advertising of Oracle. And within this shell, VirtualBox, I can create virtual machines. This is an Ubuntu 18.10, so October installation, within my Mac. It's not slow because the Linux system is interacting directly with my hardware. It's not interacting with my hardware via VirtualBox. VirtualBox is only keeping the file, putting them online, running them, and so on. But Linux is using directly the CPU of my computer. So it is not slow, it's very quick. And one of the great advantages of that is if you want to have my Ubuntu machine, it is at the end it is a large file. So I can give you my machine and you put it in VirtualBox and you have exactly the same machine. It is not so diffused, but it's very important as a way to work. Let's start my virtual machine. The screen changes completely. You see it is restoring the machine from the file. And this is an Ubuntu screen violet, okay, the last version. It is no more a Mac. I can copy and paste from the Mac to the Ubuntu and vice versa. This is, again, very, very useful. I open a terminal. Please reply. It is not slow. No, okay. Maybe the screen is very large because this is not my usual screen. This is a screen enlarged with a lot of pixels. I write Jupyter notebook. It starts in Firefox here. And I see my files. One is prova, a trial of PyNetLogo. Now I will enlarge. Okay. The first cell in this machine, I don't know how to enlarge. Okay, it works. Okay. The first cell is loading pandas, matplotlib. Pandas is the database runner. Matplotlib graphical. Seaborn is a specification of matplotlib to have nicer graphics. And PyNetLogo, the library linking what? Python with NetLogo. And then the first cell starts NetLogo. We open NetLogo and we order it to run a specific application from Python. Let's see. Trust me, it is slow only for the screen problem. You see that the NetLogo is opening. And now, terrible. We have both IPython and NetLogo. Here we send an instruction to NetLogo to add, this is a Wolf ships model, to add a few agents to the original model. So we are ordering to NetLogo to make an operation. You see, NetLogo is reacting because we enlarge also it, and because we use it from Python, and so on. The opposite operation will be that of retrieving data from NetLogo and to use them in Python. You see, this is a table of pandas. If you use pandas, you recognize immediately the graphical rendering of pandas. Okay, and so on. Any question? Sorry? Yeah, yeah. Ah, sure, thanks. This is original dataset. See, yeah. Why? Why do you criticize that? Okay, many thanks, many thanks. You don't understand why I'm showing that to you? You liked copy and pasting a lot of things? No, this is exactly what I am proposing you. We are integrating two environments. Python is modifying the way NetLogo is working, and it is obtaining data from NetLogo. Let's continue. Now we have modified NetLogo. with an action of the agent ordered by Python. Now we recover other data and we show the result of a calculation. These data are coming from NetLog and so on.
Why are we using Ubuntu, Linux, and not?
I told that to you because in Windows and in Mac I have no full control of the operating system, and to install the machinery linking Python, not IPython, Python, and NetLogo, I need to modify a few problems because Java is behind NetLogo. Python and Java are not working together so well, but if we install a quite complicated library, creating a bridge between Python and Java. In Mac, this library is not working well, and in Windows is partially working. Where it is perfectly working is in Linux, because Linux is the basis of all the operating system. It is Unix. And most of all, we control perfectly the content of Linux. Anyway, it's not a problem. And a lot of things that you can do with Linux are more powerful than the same operation in other operating systems. Now we start, you see, running the model, and I order the model to run from Python. And so on. Now I create graphical outputs. Very nice. These are seaborn effects, creating interesting graphics. In NetLogo you cannot create a graphic like that, and so on. Sure, replying to you, I can write a file from NetLogo, copy it and elaborate it. But it's again a huge improvement in productivity to do that directly. Okay? So read the paper that published in Jazz, and if you want to install, ask me. I will send you a few news about that. The trick has been that of a student of mine in econophysics class that discovered that a library linking Python and Java has been substituted, but no one wrote that, by a newer one, and with the last one anything is working. Now, if I wanted to save this partial result, and this is another reply to how to use a virtual machine, I simply close the machine. And the first option is save the machine state. I save it, and I have a file containing the machine in this status. I reopen it, and I will have again it. Do you want my machine? I give it to you in this status. Interesting possibility, and most of all, no cost, because it is all open source. Again back, now in NetLogo, and then in Python. In NetLogo, we have to discover the breeds. If I don't want to be stuck to the use of the name turtle, and most of all, if I want to have more than one group of turtles, maybe it is a good idea to create different breeds. It's a bit confusing because they are not classes. In Python, we discovered that we can have a class the class T with its functions. In Netlogo, no. The class is always turtle. The breeds are presentations of the turtles, not classes. And so I can wrongly mix different things. In a few class instances, word is more difficult to wrongly mix the action of the agents. Anyway, let's discover the breeds word. Let's increase as I can. This is the breeds file in the third lesson. It is not the key of our reasoning now, but you discover here the capability of NetLogo of creating a text output window. This is this tool, no, output. It is gray because each program can contain a unique output window. So as I have created one, the output widget is gray. It's not more working. We will write into this window. It is better than write directly here in the command center. We can control better the situation. Sometimes, if we don't use the black space, because it is absolutely not important for us the position of the agents. Imagine agent working in a stock market, buying and selling. Their position is absolutely irrelevant. I can do that. No more annoying black screen. It is impossible to close it. It is wired in the interface. But I can catch it behind a text output. Okay? Or behind a graphic, it's not important. I put the size of the pixel tiny. Here the pixel have, the patches have 5 pixels. So they are very, very tiny. 1 pixel if you want. 1. And I catch it. Okay. Now let me go back because maybe it is useful to see something. Maybe, I don't remember. Let's take again 5. The code. Here we have a setup, a mode 1, a mode 2, and a mode 1 of these buttons. And the code is doing absolutely nothing. Is only to teach something about breeds. I declare, first of all, my breeds. A first breed here is about the agents named A, maybe consumer, with a population named A's, S of the plural. 1A, 2 A's, okay? 1 consumer, 2 consumers. 1 turtle, all the turtles is the same. Turtle is the name of the individual. Turtles is the name of the breed or of the collection. Here we have an agent named A and an agent named B with their families A's and B's. Yesterday in the homework I was asking you to order to a specific turtle to make a message. What's the solution? Ask, not turtles. Ask turtle, singular. Number 3. So ask turtle 3. This is the individual. Ask turtles is the family. Okay? And here we have the A's and the B's. For NetLogo, it is possible to change the breed on the fly because the breed is uniquely an information within an attribute. Here I cancel clear all, CA, short version of clear all, create not turtles, create the A's, okay? How many? 3. Create the B's, how many? 3. Pay attention, they are anyway turtles because all are turtles. So if I order to the turtle with ask or spreading around randomly, both the A's and the B's go around. Okay, you catch this? Let's verify if it is true. Set up. Oh, too tiny. Sorry. Let me increase. At least 20. Okay, now too large. Anyway, it is only to verify. This turtle is B, inspect B. This is a B. Is Mr. B 5? 5. 2 is 5. It is impossible to increase the size of the probe. You have to trust me. Here there is 5. The first A has number 0. We create 3 of them. The last one is number 2. Pay attention. The first B has number 3 because they are all turtles. So the numbering is unique. We have no classes. We have a unique class, the class of the turtles. Now search for a B. Maybe this is a B. I don't. An A. Sorry. Yeah, this is Mr. A0. Inspect. The difference is that here in the you cannot read, but please trust me. Here, in this position, the breed attribute on this agent, I read AS, and on the other agent, in the same position, I read BS. If I modify the content of this attribute, the breed changes. This is a B, now it is an A. It is a 3. They are not classes. Okay? Anyway, we can use it. If you have a lot of classes, absolutely, it is a good, safe idea to move to another language as Python. Let's start again. Let me resize this. We no more need it. Okay. Let's move this on the right. Set up again. Okay. These are interesting tools of NetLogo. You already know them. These are Windows own variables, and we can create them here with the monitor widget. The monitor widget asks me what has to be calculated in the monitor. It can be a variable or an instruction. If I write count A's, this is the count of the A's. The reply is 3, as here. Okay. Any netlogger phrase can be used in a monitor. Again to the code. Modification 1. Ask the B number 3, the first B, to set its breed to A. What it is supposed to happen here? This will be 2 and this will be 4. Do you agree? Sorry, this will be 4 and this will be 2. Exactly the reverse. Okay? And what mode 2 is doing? Mode 2 is asking to A3, now the last A, because the last A was 2, now it is 3, to become again a B. This is very complicated if you think upon, because if you move the agent from one breed to the other one, the consistency of the number is not an easy job. Because the last one, the first one are changing of position. Anyway, with a simple example like this, it works. Again, 3, 3. I created here a tricky problem to modify one of the B's. The output of a star means only I am working. Let my B one of the B's. If my B nobody, because I have modified all the B's, we stop. We don't execute the change. If my B is not nobody, we ask my B, this one, to change its breed to A. Pay attention. These two very simple instructions are the key for having agent interacting. How can I have agent interacting? I have to choose an agent to control if it exists, because it is possible that the set that I have created is empty. If it exists, I ask it to do something. This is interaction. In this case, I choose randomly one of the B's. I put its address here. If this variable does not contain an address because it is equal nobody, nothing can be done. If this variable contains a who, an address, we ask to this address to change the breed. Okay. Now please guess the effect. First time 4, 2. Second time 5, 1. Third time 6, 0. And now nothing. You see the star confirming that I am pressing the button, but no effect because the content of my B is nobody. Very simple. This is the way to build interaction among agents. Suppose we are building a market. We have 5 sellers and 6 buyers. Quite equivalent. We have a breed of sellers and a breed of buyers. Imagine how to create interaction. My proposal is, I don't like, I want to work in Azure. My way is, I create, I add 2 breeds. I ask to the breed of the buyers. The buyers are going around. Ask buyer means ask to you, in sequence. No, randomly. So Marco, then Leonardo, and then and so on. Ask buyers, square bracket, ask one of the sellers, one of us, to show its price. Better ask the one of the seller the price. Okay? Who is acting? The buyer. Now the buyer knows the price of the seller and can compare this price with its internal max price, the reservation price that he or she can pay. Success. Order, ask to my seller, my B before, to do something, to decrease the quantity that the seller has, or the unit that the buyers will buy. The buyer will decrease his money because has to pay. And this is the interaction. The structure is ask to the component of one breed to search for one of the components of the other breed and then to interact by ask. Not ask plural, ask singular to this one. In the first talk about network, I told you, if you have an ask within another ask, probably it is an error. But special cases. The first ask is related to a collection. The second ask is related to an individual. And it works. Try to do some experiments. Okay? If you don't succeed, you can beat me or please ask me. It's nice. Okay? Stop about breeds. And stop to the first hour. So I save the file.